right, welcome in the Morning Brew with Jaffe and Razor. This one coming to you after the Boston Bruins win again, this time in overtime over the Ottawa Senators, 3-2 on a Pavel Zacha goal. The Bruins now have won 5 in a row, 6 of 7, have seemingly figured out defensive assignments, depth scoring, more physical presence. I mean, they've really gelled in the last 12 days. As a Razor, I say, you were ringside for this one. I say to you, this one was incredibly effective through 40 minutes, not so much through 60, but they found a way to be just good enough in this one and to get back at a team that dominated them 10 days ago.
No, exactly. And you know, again, when you're leading, you're going to, for the most part, like this, the thing with these guys, with the Bruins this year, is that, you know, if they're leading 2-1 going into the third, it's going to be hard for them to push it to 4-1, 5-1. Like, that's just not in them. So they are going to get outshot 9-2. They are going to kind of hang on a little bit. It's going to be the discipline, the staying out of the box, the making the good play and not giving secondary opportunities, which they did a little bit in this period, or in the third period. Again, I thought that they were doing a good job taking the bullets, but they just got a little, you know, just a little too careless, I guess. All in all, though, it's boy, oh boy, it looks repeatable now. It is crazy, the 10 days, the transformation, whatever was said in Ottawa on the way home, whatever was said after that first period against the Islanders last Tuesday. And again, you just have to go back to Hampus Lindholm. You really do have to go back to Hampus Lindholm and the linchpin, and the fact they're 7-1 with him in the lineup. And it just can't be that much of a coincidence that he comes back against the Islanders and they rattle off 5 in a row. He just settles everybody. They got Zadorov, McAvoy together.
Can I ask you something about that? Let's go. I'm going to fully admit I wasn't convinced that Zadorov and McAvoy was going to work. I was not convinced. Were you convinced? Because I don't even know if we had this conversation. This is just where my mental capacity is at. I wasn't. And because I remember talking about this much earlier in the season, pregame, with Brick on set for one of the segments, you know, when he joins us and geez, I don't remember if you were with or if it was Barry. Regardless, we both talked about, Brick brought it up and I agreed, like, I'm not sure about putting those two together. I'll fully admit that it's working very well and that I would have been wrong, you know, to say, no, don't. I mean, actually, I did say I would separate them at that time. They're better together, and it's really settled Charlie in many ways, and it's helped the team significantly.
Yeah, yes, it has all of those things. And I think, you know, if that conversation, you were having that conversation at the start of the year, you're saying, okay, Mason's going to bounce back. Mason's and Charlie are going to look like they did against the Maple Leafs in the playoffs. And you're not going to want to front load it. You're going to want Zadorov bringing Jokiharju along. You're going to have Lindholm and Peak. That's always kind of been in place. But it's changed a lot in 15 games. It's changed a lot in 35 days that we've seen Charlie McAvoy need a little bit of help. Zadorov has provided that in a massive way. We've seen, I mean, Jonathan Aspro again tonight, just real steady Eddie, solid hockey from him on the backside, and the goal, the 2-on-1, he made the right read. It wasn't the forwards didn't make the right read on that play on the first Ottawa goal. He's moving his feet, and Jokiharju seems to be playing better with him than what he does with Zadorov. And again, I think that just lends itself to guys being in the right spot and complementing each other in different ways. So, because again, Jokiharju had a really nice game tonight. He had a great opportunity on Allmark. He's starting to cycle. He's starting to
shrunk the zone well.
Direct. He's closing gaps, and he's right on top of everybody all over. So, I don't think you were wrong to think that wasn't going to work, you know, wasn't in the cards. I just, you know, it's just been different than what we thought it was going to be. And that's, I think to Marco Sturm's credit, above everything else that he's done over 30 days, is he's not afraid to make adjustments. He's not afraid to change. And that has gone a long way for especially the back end, but the entire group.
So depth on D has come through for this team because of the things we're talking about. Not just offensively. I'm talking they're all playing their roles. The third pair is playing 14, 15, 16 minutes. Your top four, 18 to, well, today 5 or whatever it was for Charlie. I don't have it right in front of me.
26.
26.
I brought it up, but again, Yoki Haru 17. So it's not like Charlie's eating 26, but that's
overtime. But remember, Peak went out for a bit in this one, and
Peak
that's
was
why.
out for a while, and there was overtime. So Charlie's 3 minutes in overtime, his extra minute and a half will Peak. It's really 21, 22. And then this, Yoki Haru 17, Aspro 16. So it's well balanced. It's exactly what you'd want to see. And you said depth. It's all 6 guys. It's not 5.
Right. You're getting your 6. You're getting contributions in the way you want them. They've been controlled. In particular, Zadorov, incredibly controlled. The last few games, because he's not forcing things, he'll have 1 or 2 rushes per game. That is the Nikita Zadorov that I know we talked about when he initially signed with the Bruins, coming from Vancouver, when he had that big playoff Razor where he was involved offensively an awful lot, where he very much tantalized you with, oh, okay, he's finding his game, right? And all that. He's doing that again. 1 or 2 rushes a game. And that's all you need from the big man. And 3 or 4 or 5 hits. That's what you need from the big guy. Very controlled, very, very stout back there. But his presence has definitely helped Charlie McAvoy. There's no question he has settled him down, absolutely settled him down compared to when he was playing with Mason Lowry. There's no doubt about it. He's not thinking as much or trying to perhaps cover or do too much. And therefore, you now get a better top pair and you get a better top number 1 right shot defenseman.
That's right. And you get cohesiveness, and you get the connectedness that they were missing at times. Again, if you go back and you watch now, and you can really see how, the man on man and the switches, it was hard. And there was confusion, and it was causing, with those 2 guys on the ice quite often, because they're the number 1 pair, they weren't on the same page. And this is now. And again, that goes to Zadorov being there, but that's happening because Lindholm's back in the lineup.
So we touched on it last game. I asked the question that I felt had to ask about, does Lowry come back in? Is how much is too much? Is there too much, etc.? Absolutely the right choice made to keep Aspro in. No question about it. Mason's working hard in practice. I know you were there. I was there today. He's doing the right things. Quickly connected with Marco, just asking him about, being in and out, how much. And it's like, look, he's, this wasn't the plan, any set time or anything. This is what's happening right now. And it's working. And after I'm watching the game distinctly tonight when Aspro was out there numerous times, and his presence is recognizable. I think I said this the other night. He's not huge, good size, not huge though, but he's in on the physical part of the play. He's in on the battle. And when he got the puck a couple of times tonight, he made the right play. He didn't just lob it out or anything. It was short pass. It was moving it around. It was moving himself to be available for a recovery play or something. So good for the kid. And now there's no doubt there's no practice on Friday, but to me, there's no doubt, all health being equal, right? All good, that if you keep running with him. I mean, it becomes, to me now, it's like, duh, you just keep running with him. There's no reason to take him out.
No, there isn't. Now for me, now it's like, now you get to 5 in a row. Now the decision when they lose, because unfortunately they're not going to win 60 in a row. Mm-hmm. But you win 3 in a row, it's like, okay, well, you go right back to him and you. But now that's going to be, that's what we're going to talk about. whenever, hopefully it's a few more games and the Bruins get through these divisional games with a few more wins in a row. But that's going to be the discussion now, because you get on these teams and you want to really reward the guys that have done well, and you don't necessarily do that now after one loss, after 5 wins in a row. Just getting ahead of myself a little bit, because there's no doubt what the lineup looks like. It's going to switch a little bit up front if Beecher can't come back, but the backside's not changing going into Toronto, after they've won 3 in a row. This is a monster game now. This is great.
And this is, look, I mean, for Mason, keep learning, keep watching, keep learning.
Get hungrier every day.
Exactly.
Get hungrier and get more competitive and get madder every day.
And you said last show, make it to where you never want to come out of the lineup again. I saw him real quick after practice, quickly afterwards. And when I say he seemed good, he seemed positive. He seemed upbeat, meaning it looked, I mean, this is just me outside looking in, but it looked like, it's just in the locker room where he's like, he spent an extra 30 minutes on the ice, which you do when you're in that situation, but he didn't have any sulk. He didn't have any down. He looked like, okay, hey, I'm upbeat. So he's got to learn from it. And this is a valuable lesson. He's not a rookie anymore. He's a guy that's learning that coming out of the lineup can be tough, because you never know when you're going to get back in.
That's it. No, that you have to have the what Aspro has right now. He doesn't want to come out of the lineup ever again. He doesn't know when this will happen again.
Yeah, you can see him mature. He's older, right? We talked about that too. He's 26,
and he knows
he's got this maturity to him. Aspro, that is, and it's interesting. But hey, the kid played. I thought Aspro played great tonight. I do. He played 15 and a half. Had a shot on goal. He had 2 hits. He had block shot. He had a good stat line, and he had a good optics. He had good visual on him. Going through the game, which we don't do as much, but I think it's worth doing since we just did a show the other night. And you talk about the first goal. It's 5:42 in. This comes after the Bruins actually had I don't remember who had the chance. They were good in the first. They outshot them 9-2 in the first period, but it ends up being, as you said, a 2-on-1 with Pinto and Amadio. There's a step up at the offensive blue line. It becomes a 2-on-1 the other way. The Bruins don't get a great, or 3-on-2 kind of. They don't get a great back check from the top line. It wasn't as good. We've seen that a few times, partner, recently. The top line, they're I think they need to get a little, hey, reminder, come on, you can do a little bit better on that back check. But Amadio is going to end up getting the goal. Pinto passes from the left side to the right side. He passes in front of the stick of the defenseman Peak. And what I liked about the Amadio shot, I can appreciate an opponent playing a good thing, or doing a good thing on a play. He gets it and he quickly shoots it on the strong side, low, no stick handle whatsoever. He doesn't give Korpisalo the opportunity to read the play, really. Korpisalo has no choice but to stay in that when he comes over that spot. And Amadio, who gets his third goal in his 4 games now, beats him low on the glove side.
It was, again, it was a complete breakdown in the neutral zone, miscommunication all around. And just a tough start for Korpisalo, of course. I mean, that's just like the worst way to
First
start.
Shot.
I thought, I was curious, I would be curious what he read. I thought he could have just came all the way across. He kind of pulled up, like there may have been an opportunity to pass it back. He pulled that left leg up off of the ice and didn't go all the way short side with the right-handed shot of audio. So I was curious. It looked a little odd. It looked like he was thinking something else was going to happen. But again,
hey, listen, Razor, let me ask you this. And you've told me this, so but I'll still ask you. You know who's on the ice, right? In theory, you should know who has the puck on their stick or not. Pinto has been really good for them. He's a goal scorer for them. So maybe he's thinking there.
He's holding shot, or he's thinking Amadio's going to go back to him. That's for me. That's what it looked like. He thought Amadio was going to go back, but that's not a good read if he did think that, because Jokiharju did a good job on the 2-on-1 act. He was only going to let one pass go across, and he gave him enough time to do it. But anyways, tough play to start the game.
And it was first shot, but the Bruins then continued to play well. They got on 1-0 after the first period, though. But We thought they did a lot of good things in that first period. Did you agree with us? I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
again, a fast played period with not a lot of stoppages, not a lot of icings or offsides, clean play, and they were able to get pucks deep. Again,
third line.
nothing fun or fancy, which
Mhm.
again is like just like the Islander game the other night. Like it looked repeatable. It looked the same as the Islander game to me. Really did, other than a little breakdown.
And the third line in this game, and the fourth line too, but the third line I thought was really good in the first period.
Jeannot played much. He again, you can see a guy like Jeannot, like he didn't have a good game at the Islanders. He knew he didn't have a great game. Esimont, I interviewed him after the first. He said the same, like we didn't really have a good game against the Islanders. Those guys get that. Like they just get the importance of the consistency. And of course, you're not going to have 82 great games, but you can't play 2 bad ones in a row. That's kind of the rule in the National League. If you're those guys, you're not going to be great every night, but you can't have 2 bad ones in a row. And I think you're seeing that, and I think that's a change from last season. The mentality that those guys have. I think Jeannot's one of those kind of leaders. Corrali is another of those leaders down on at the lower in the roster, where they said we're not playing bad tonight. We're going to be driving the bus no matter what score is. We're driving the bus in the first period.
And I know he's not a veteran leader, but Fraser Minten continues to progress.
Yeah.
Looked really good against the Isles. Remember, he played a lot in the third, and I thought he looked really good again in this game.
Yeah, I did too. I thought he could have had a really the couple of plays he didn't put it to the net. I don't know if you guys noticed that up there. There was a play in the first and a play in the second where Jeannot was cutting to the net. Like if he had just wristed it to the net, but he put it to the corners, like that's easy video for a young guy, because if it wasn't for those couple of plays that I noticed, and it's a perfect game from him. Like him moving his feet, he's above the puck, he's stealing pucks, he's looking, he's knows, like really, really, like it's a legit third line center. It's a legit, no matter what his age is, who he is, what he is. If you just didn't have a name on the back of his jersey, you're like, oh, that's a third line center. That's exactly what it looks like.
Absolutely. The eye test says 25 years old, whatever it is. He's playing that way. To me, it's really his battle, and then his strength in the battle, because you think of younger guys like that in Grind's positions that are going to wear down. And there might come a time that he does. He's still playing full of vinegar right now, early on.
Yeah.
But he looks strong in those. And he's only going to get stronger in the next 3 years. I mean, really physically that much stronger.
He has that little burst when he needs it. He's not lightning, but he keeps up.
Fast enough.
It's not hard for him to keep up.
Right. All right, so it's 1-1. I'm sorry, 1-0 Ottawa at the end of one. Getting into the second period very early on, it's going to end up being a good shift by the top line. They're on the ice, and the puck is going to get to the right side for the Bruins, and Andrew Peeke gets it. He actually one-times it. It comes from the left side over to the right, and he hammers it as the puck comes off the wall, actually inside the right faceoff circle. It's about 3 feet inside of there. Stripes it, and it gets through the body, the right arm, the blocker side of goaltender Linus Ullmark, former Bruin Linus Ullmark, and just can't corral it. And then drive into the net from the left wing side, from the left circle side, is Morgan Geekie, who slams in his 10th goal of the season. I mean, this is a different style of goal for Morgan Geekie, who I actually thought had a good first period too. We showed, I don't know if you caught our intermission or not, we showed how he had the feet going, the legs going. His feet were going in that first period. He had a couple of just straight line speed plays, and then he had that one real nifty stick to heel or skate to back to stick to drive towards Linus. That was a heady play too. But he puts in his 10th, and the guy's, he's trending towards 50, 40, 46, 47. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's legit. It's a legit chance for this guy, Razor.
Well, and he's getting, that's a good freebie to get for him, because he hasn't really, he's been scoring, right? He's been scoring real goals, not a ton of freebies. And now it's Sidney Crosby, Nate McKinnon, Leon Draisaitl, Morgan Geekie, Cole Caulfield, Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm Morgan Geekie, I'm taking a picture of the stat line after tonight, league leaders, and I'll have that framed at some point because he's surrounded. He's got 3 Hall of Famers above him, and only Sid is leading with 11 now after tonight. So he keeps just being around the net, right?
And he also earned that goal by stripping, I think it was Pinto.
No, he got Stützle. Travis Green was losing his mind on the bench. Literally losing his mind. I couldn't wait to look over because Stützle did the little fancy thing and Geekie closed him out and took it. Like it was like a minor peewee move.
Yes, he put the stick above him and Stützle got stripped.
It was beautiful.
And we caught.
I don't have a lot of time for that Stützle. That's tough.
Did he dive tonight? I don't remember.
He did the hand. He did the handshake the one time. He got slashed on the hand. He got the handshake.
Oh yeah.
He with McAvoy behind the net. Like that's brutal. Oh, that's brutal.
That's his thing. All right, so it's 1-1, 122 into the second period, and then the period goes on a couple of power plays, actually for each squad. But at the 16:03 mark, it's going to end up being Sean Corrali who corrals or gets the pass from Tanner Jeannot. Jeannot comes down the right wing side. It was a good out from the zone. Peak had gotten it into the neutral zone. Jeannot gets it, turns up the right side. Perhaps a little more room than he thought, but when he gets across the blue line, he keeps skating hard. And as he gets down about the half wall, instead of curling up, he's a lefty on his offside. Instead of curling up, he opens up, and 2 defenders from Ottawa, one of them being Nick Cousins, a forward, chases. I don't remember who the left defenseman was there, but both of them start converging on Tanner Jeannot, who again doesn't curl like a power turn curl. He actually opens his body so he's facing inside, and he gets the puck on his forehand, and he finds a wide open Sean Corrali, who gets it inside the right side and then smokes it past the ear, the glove side, but past the ear of Linus Ullmark, who tries to shrug those big chest and shoulder pads there, Razor, and he tries to do it. He can't get it. Corrali gets his second of the season, the first with a goalie in the net.
Yeah, exactly. And the first the Corrali leap or whatever it is into the boards. So just good for the fourth line, because again they weren't great a couple days ago. They have been great most of the season, but you still need to pay off with goals for them to feel good. They like scoring goals too. So good to do that with a goalie in net. It just relieves some of that. And again, the way they did it, it was hardworking and not a freebie.
Right. Good, solid hockey. Real good read by Tanner Jeannot as well. Third period. So after the second period, 2-1 Boston. Third period really was a lot more Ottawa than it was Boston. I don't know if I felt like the Bruins were hanging on for dear life, but you could tell at times they were running out of gas a bit. Ottawa had 5 days off. Bruins just playing, every other day. Regardless, it ends up being not really a power play goal, but technically a power play goal. Claude Giroux from the left side gets his third of the season, a puck that gets by Linus Ullmark above the right pad, lower blocker. I think Shane Pinto put a pretty damn good screen on him there as well. Maybe couldn't get a good read on it. So it's 2-2 at that time, halfway through the second period. We go to overtime, and the overtime was early on. It really wasn't. I didn't think much. Did you think much of it early on?
Boring.
Yeah,
it was boring.
It finally got going. Now the Bruins, the Bruins were moving. They get on the power play in overtime, only to have Morgan Geekie take a penalty 3 seconds later to go back to 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Then there's a neutral zone face-off. A timeout, is called, and then they put out the threesome of Zacha, Pasta, McAvoy, they being the Boston Bruins. And it was about 20-something seconds left on the neutral zone face-off, and it became the Charlie McAvoy show. That it was just like the face-off was won, and the windup happened, and the next thing you know, McAvoy took over. Pavel Zacha ends up scoring with 6 seconds left on the second attempt by McAvoy, going all the way around the top over to the right side, and the pass through the crease. It ends up getting underneath Linus Ullmark, and Zacha finds it behind him to put in the 4th goal of the season.
It was not a lot for 4.5 minutes, and then Steve Spott draws up the perfect power play dilemma situation, and Geeky blows it up in a second and a half to ruin everything and everyone with 40 seconds left there. And then Charlie just gets on the whirlwind. And again, Ottawa's not good in those situations. They don't have enough strong players within their lineup, and Charlie was able to take advantage of that. Pavel Zacha was able to take advantage of it, and they just basically outworked, outmuscled, outcompeted in the last 30 seconds to pull out the win. It was, which is, could end up being, it's a big point. It's a big point.
Let's give Pavel Zacha and the overtime guys the spark of the game. We could have given it, I think, I'd really like Peak's game. We called him the star of the game on our show, post-game show. But let's give the spark of the game to Pavel Zacha, who comes in, as I said, puts in his 4th goal of the season. Sparkshockey.com, the place to go. If you want to get the finest at-home sharpener, they're offering $100 off right now. They also have great deals on their website. Go check it out. They have all different kind of rings, different, whether you want to do a 1/2 inch, 5/8, 1 inch. They got the fire rings. They got everything you could want. And for the best at-home skate sharpener there is, you can make them NHL logoed sharpeners now as well. So very cool stuff. Sparkshockey.com, the place to go. Speaking of the place to go, let's quickly recognize our sponsors. And Copeland Automotive Group is the place to go if you're looking for a new or used car. He's got Toyota dealership, Chevrolet dealership, and a Subaru. He's got 5 different right now: Brockton, Hyannis. This guy is got it all going, and great customer service. You can count on Copeland. In fact, you can count on him so much. If you go to countoncopeland.com, you can check out inventory. You can check out where things are. You can get all the information you need. So you can count on Copeland at countoncopeland.com. Check out Copeland Toyota, Chevrolet, and Subaru dealerships. Again, go to countoncopeland.com. Do what Razor did and count on Copeland to get your new car. Fazenda Coffee, if you need something to pick you up. Boy, I had some good Fazenda earlier today, Razor. Fazenda Coffee, and again, got to get you the new hats that they gave us. Got one for you there. Check them out, fazendacoffee.com or fazendacoffee.com/morning brew, specifically for the morning brew blend or the morning brew hats and the few more. They got a couple of Clean Canteen Travelers left. Great holiday gifts. I can't believe I'm saying that already. We're getting to that point.
Oh, we're there. I was going to say with the Sparks machine too.
That's a great holiday gift too.
It's the best.
You're right.
For a hockey family, it's a no-brainer.
All right, go to sparkshockey.com or fazendacoffee.com/morning brew. Check it out. Try the morning brew blend. The guys, we got a bunch of them out to the coaches and a few of the players. So I'm looking forward to getting their feedback on the morning brew blend. fazendacoffee.com. And Sunset Lake CBD. Lastly, definitely not least, just fantastic stuff from Sunset Lake. The other night, I was drinking my lifted tea. I have it behind me over there, but tonight I think it's actually going to be the liquid, the tincture I'm going to take. I think I might skate again early tomorrow, Razor. Are you going to make it to your skate or no? Like, you going to get your exercise in before?
No, I actually might now. I might be able to. No practice. So with practice, there was no chance. Without practice, it's up in the air. So we'll see.
Okay, we'll get to your skate. I think I'm going to go skate, try to over close to where I live. So that would be great. But I got to take something to get to sleep. So it's my Sunset Lake people. I'm going to take some tincture. Just take a little vial of that. It's real easy. Mellows me out. I'll be out sleeping in a couple of minutes, maybe about 10, 15 minutes. Feel great. Nice deep sleep. Hopefully I get 5 hours. For me, 6 hours is a ton. 5 hours is normal. Get that in. I know that's not healthy. That's my wife tells me all the time. But Sunset Lake is what helps me out. They've got great rubs. They've got such great products. Everything's in Northern Vermont. Everything's natural. This is the place to go. I heard from Cy. They're going to be sending us some more stuff. I know they're ramping up for the holidays. We'll be talking about that coming up and starting in mid-November. Go check out sunsetlakecbd.com. Razor, me, the man, the myth, the legend, RC. We all use their products. because they're amazing. Sunset Lake CBD.com. All right. Thank you to all of our sponsors. So let's look ahead just a little bit. We've got our Saturday morning show, but let's look ahead to Toronto coming up, Razor. This is now, Toronto. It's funny. They haven't been playing great, but yet they're still, what I think, are they 4-1 or in their last 5 games?
They've won their last 3 for sure.
Yeah. And I think they're 4-1 before they beat a pretty good Utah team last night. Is this the measuring stick for the Bruins? In that, Florida's struggling a bit. They've got a lot of injuries. Is every game just a measuring stick for them? Or, does this still feel, despite the fact that the Bruins had a very down year last year, does this still feel like the game that you look to? Or I guess it's them in Florida now.
Yeah, well, Toronto. It's just Toronto, right? It's still Toronto, Boston, especially on a Hall of Fame weekend when your former captain's going in. He'll be in the building. There's a lot on this game Saturday night. Just like that, the from 30,000 feet, there's a lot on this game.
Yeah.
If you dig in a little bit more and you want to start talking about playoffs and you want to start talking about standings, and this is what this season's going to be. If you want to be in this mix all the way through, you have to win games like this. You have to keep piling points through, not just Saturday, but they go Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal in the next 4 games. So they banked 2 in the first game. So if it's a 5-game segment, which as a coach, you're probably breaking it down into that 5-game segment and saying, all right, let's get 6. Let's get 6 here, maybe 7. So you bag 2. Now you find a way to go into Toronto and squeak out a couple more points. But it's all the bright lights are here. Everyone's watching Hall of Fame game on Saturday night. Everyone's watching Bruins Toronto, and everyone's wondering, are the Bruins for real? People are thinking about that Toronto a little bit, but they're going to get that all. The Bruins can really put a statement on their 5-game winning streak here with a great effort.
Are you bringing your gear to play in that Sunday game?
No,
again?
I'm not playing Sunday. I'm getting the heck out of there. I don't even. It's funny because the Leafs play Sunday night.
Oh,
so
where? At home?
Yeah, against Carolina.
Interesting.
Or maybe it is in Carolina, actually, now that you say that. It must be in Carolina, the Hall of Fame game Sunday. But anyways, I'm not playing. No, I'm not. I can't go back-to-back years doing that. And I might not ever do it again. I really might. I've done it twice. I might not ever do it again. But I'm getting out of town Saturday night.
You're going back with the team.
I'm on the team. Yeah.
On the team. That's also the way to do that. The way to travel.
Yes, of course. It'll be late. And then
it's Hurricanes.
They're at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was pretty sure, and now it's late at night, so I was like, oh, maybe that doesn't make sense. But yeah, they're at home.
Odd. That's kind of an odd thing.
So I don't know how they're going to do that.
Must not be in the. Could they do it at noon, 1 o'clock?
But that's going to be bad for like the rink. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
We don't know about John Beecher. We don't know if Johnny can come back. He only played 407. He had 6 shifts in the game. He took 2 hits, but it was the second one that he went on the boards. It looked like the one, obviously, that did it. Not obviously, but that I think did it to him. Going into Toronto, do you just plug in Jeffrey Viel? He's been there. He's been good when he's been in. He's played his game. It's a 4th line left wing. Just put him in. I think he deserves it, but I also think his physical way provides a nice presence for the Bruins. Not that they don't have big guys like Gino and Kastelik and Zadorov and everything, but again, he'll play a straight line game. It's a loss for the Bruins with regard to Beecher because of PK stuff. He's a regular contributor to that, so it'll be interesting to see. I think we saw Husnudinov kill a little bit of penalties on Thursday night.
Yeah, take less penalties for sure. Toronto's not a fast team. They are not a fast team in any respect. So VL seems like a simple plug and place at that point. You have the extra, Mason Lohrei is your extra, and if you can,
they'll probably still call somebody up though. You probably will to travel with them in case something happens.
Correct.
If Beecher can't go.
you'll need another forward. It'll just be depending on where Beecher's actually at. If he could play or not play, or salary cap, long term, etc.
Jeremy Swayman, we fully expect to be the starter. I think it's pretty obvious. As Korpisalo. So a good rhythm right now, I think, with the goalies.
There.
Now, you got a nice set, you got a nice rhythm going, a nice schedule. You would look to Jeremy Swayman for sure to start on Saturday, and depending on what happens, most likely back home on Tuesday. It sets up nice
because Korpisalo will play Thursday,
right,
in Ottawa.
Right.
Korpisalo is playing Thursday in Ottawa after the way Swayman played in Ottawa last time, after Korpisalo winning this. So
exactly,
I could almost map it out without.
And then Swayman on Saturday in Montreal.
Correct.
So it's all good. Yeah. It's working out, at least what we think is working out. All right. Anything else to get to in this game? I mean, if just to look at numbers real quick, the Boston Bruins again beating the Ottawa Senators 3-2 in overtime. The Bruins were 0 for 3 on their power play, but they were 2 for 2 on the PK. They overall outshoot them 25-22. They do a nice job in general physically in this game. I thought, it wasn't rough and tough and violent by any stretch, but the Bruins, I thought, did a nice job at time. And I actually thought like Ottawa Senators, there were a couple of big hits from the Ottawa Senators. Tyler Clevin, I mean, he really hit Andrew Peeke really hard when that forced him to go off midway through the game. So I thought it was a good game in that regard. And the Bruins, overall statistically, it was a pretty even game too for everything that we saw.
It was an even game, and the Bruins coming out of an even game, winning 3-2 is a real big positive. Again, I just go back to just how good everything's looked the last couple of weeks, how we haven't had any breakdowns in the defensive zone. There was a breakdown in the neutral zone today. That's going to happen every once in a while, but the egregiousness of 7 goals against in back-to-back games, and 7 game in 2 of 3 games, I should say, that seems to be long gone. Like there isn't even a hint, right? Like I can't even sniff out those kind of problems and issues in the last couple of games, which is really a good thing. So it's not just the 5 wins in a row. It's kind of how it's happened. And I'm impressed.
Did you see I'll wrap up with this, the clip, social media, of Marco giving it to the team post game?
I didn't hear it. No,
you didn't. It was damn good. I want to make sure I get it right. I thought I did. Oh man, you know what? I did like I'm such illiterate on social media. I know on Instagram, I put it on my story, reposted it and everything, but yet for some reason I can't
find. I can't find anything that goes on that thing.
We sound so goddamn old.
I don't know how to search or anything.
Well, I put it out actually. Let me see. Do it real quick. No, I put it out on through Morning Brew. Anyway, it's just him basically saying, "I've been nice." It must have been after. Was it after the Ottawa game? Maybe, but he gave it to the team, and he's like, "Look, I've been nice, and I'm, but we can't be playing that way. We can't." And he gave it to him pretty good. So it was just the right time. It was good coaching, I thought. It was real good coaching. And
it's been a lot of good coaching so far. Yeah. He's changed lines. He's made again, I said it earlier, the adjustments, the sitting guys out. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, like it. All right. So Bruins win. They head to Toronto. Razors heading to Toronto. We're going to have Saturday morning brew with Jaffe and Razor on EEI live from 8 to 9. And then we'll have it out soon after that on our pod, both audio and we're supposed to have video as well. Sorry, we didn't have it last week. Thanks again to our sponsors for this one: Copeland Automotive Group, Sunset Lake CBD, Fazenda, and Sparks. Razor, have a wonderful time. Quick trip to TO. I'm sure you'll have some fun. Yep. Look forward to talking to you at 7:59:59 on Saturday.
All good. Everything will be up. The internet, everything will be ready.
Awesome. Look forward to that. And now let's see if the Bruins can make it another one. Make it 5. That'd be awesome. All right. That wraps up Morning Brew with Jaffe and Razor. Everybody, enjoy this one. Enjoy the victory, and enjoy your coffee.